Hello, sixth graders. Today we're going to be looking at some tables, and we're going to be forming formulas that will help us solve these tables. Here's our first example. It says, state in words the rule for the what's my rule table at the right. So as you can see here, we have m's and we have n's. Which formula best describes the rule? Fill in the circle to the next. Which is kind of nice. It's kind of like a multiple choice question. So which one of these would work? Well, let's take a look at this first one. It says n equals m minus 0.22. Well, our n's are over here, our m's are here. So if we have an n, so we have 4.34 equals 4.56 minus 0.22. If I subtract these and I get 4.34, we're on the right track. 6 minus 2 is 4, 5 minus 2 is 3, 4 minus 0 is 0. 4.34. It works for this one. Now let's see if it works for the one right below it. N is 9.78 minus or equals 10. Wow, that's messy. 10 minus 0.22. Well, 10.00 minus 0.22 would give me, so put 10 here, we're going 9, 9, 0. I've got 8, I've got a 7, and I have a 9. It works for this one as well. We'll try one more. So if we subtract the n by minus 222, will we get m? Take a look here. If we subtract negative 0.1 or 2 with another negative, we'll get a positive. This works. Subtract 2 hundredths from this, we get 24 hundredths. And if we subtract 7.758 from 22, no, I apologize. We're subtracting this right here from 22. It's like, hold on a sec. That's how this works. This one right here would be 24 minus would be 22 hundredths or 20 hundredths, perfect, or 2 hundredths. And then this one right here, 7.80 minus 22. We get 10, we get a 7, we get 8, we get 5, 7, 8. Perfect. So how would you solve this? What would we write down? We would write down, you subtract 0.22 from m. This is our right answer right away. Now, if some of the equations didn't work, we would have tried this one. But obviously this one doesn't work, because if you take a look at the m, there's no way it would work over here because these numbers are all smaller on this side. So we know we have to subtract. Let's try the next problem. Same words, so we have this over here. So we got to see, how is 20 getting to 10? How is 15 getting to 7.5? How is 1 getting to 0.5? It looks like they're just dividing it by 2. It looks like they're going r divided by 2 equals t. Anything over here look like this? This says they're subtracting, so this wouldn't work. This says they're adding, this wouldn't work. R times 0.5. Does r times 0.5 equal the same? Well, let's take a look. Let's try it out. Let's say 20 times r, so 20 times 0.5 equals 10. Well, what is 20 times 0.5? I know how to solve this, but I'm just showing you the words. So I'm sorry, 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. I have one number after the 0. Boom. Answer is 10. Answer is 10. So if you multiply by half, if your rule is r, so if you multiply r by half, it works. Or you could just say r divided by 2 would also work. Here's another one. Which formula works? Let's take a look at this one over here. Q minus 13. So let's take a look at this first one. Q is 12. So 12 minus 13 equals P, which is 7. Well, 12 minus 13 equals negative 1. So you automatically know that's not right. Let's move on to this one. Q, which is 12, equals 2 times 7 minus 2. 12 equals, this would be 14 minus 2, which is 12. That works. Let's try the next one. Q is 18. So 18 equals 2 times 10 minus 2. That works again, because this is 18. This is 20 minus 2, which is 18. This works. Let's try that next one. Let's see if it works for that. Q is 0 equals 2 times 1 minus 2. 0 equals 2 minus 2, which is 0. Perfect. There is our equation. Works out just fine. So we would circle the middle one. Moving on. Let's see some extra practice. What is 180 inches in feet? Well, we have to take 180 to divide it by 12. How many 12s go into 18? Well, how many 12s go into 1? 0. 12 times 0 is 0. Got a 1, we bring down the 8. 12 goes into 18 one time. We got a 12. Subtract, I got a 6, bringing down the 0. 12 times 5 equals 60. Let's put a 5 there. We got a 60 here. We're going to subtract. We got 0. 15 feet is my answer. Let's keep cruising here. 3.5 minutes is how many seconds? Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change 3.5 to be 3.5. And we got to change that into seconds, not minutes. 3.5 minutes into seconds. We're going to take that 3.5 and we're going to multiply it by 60 because 60 seconds are in a minute. We multiply it. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6, we have a 30. Place value holder. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18. Let's add these up. We got a 0, 0. This equals an 11. 3 plus 8 equals 11. Add the 1 and the 1, so I have a 2. So we have, when 1 split out to the decimal here, so we have 210 for an answer. Moving on. We got 5,280 feet equals how many yards? Well, how many feet are in a yard? We have 3 feet in a yard, so I'm taking this 5,280 and we're dividing it by 3. 3 goes into 5 how many times? It goes in there 1 time. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtracting, I get a 2, bringing down the 2. 3 goes into 22 7 times. 21, got to subtract. 3 times 7 is 21. 22 minus 21 is 1, bringing down the 8. 3 goes into 18 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract, I got a 0, bringing down the 0. 3 goes into 0 is 0 times. 3 times 0 is 0. Problem is over. My answer is 1,760. That is how you do some math. Okay? I'm hopefully this helped you a little bit. Worth solving what's your table. Once again, don't just see if it works for the very first one. Check a few more to see if that rule that you applied to your tables works as well. Because sometimes they're going to try and trick you, and they'll just work for this first one. Like this first one could be plus 5. So if it said P plus 5 equals Q, you're automatically going to think it works. But if it doesn't work for this one, then that's not your rule. So don't fall for that trick. Good luck with your math. Look forward to working with you later on during math class.